All right, guys, so good news. My IAT breakout harness showed up. And we're about to head down to Ken's and let him install it. I'll show you exactly why. He's gonna have one of his techs do it and not me when we get there. And also gonna check out his new dyno. But guys, I detailed both cars. Oh my God. All right, let me shut the hell up. Let's get down to HPR. All right, guys, so the point of this actual harness is, I'm gonna zoom in here. You can see the Dakota actually reads intake air temp. You see it's 116 degrees right now. So this harness that I've got right here, these cars read intake air temp off of the mass airflow sensor. Well, the problem is the temperature at the mass airflow sensor and the back of the blower are going to be two different things, and intake air temp is critical as far as like timing and all of that in a boosted application. So that's what this harness is for. That's why it's so important. And you know, other than the tune not being done, that's the reason that I've had to take it easy on the car, because obviously we're not trying to blow this thing up. But out here in the heat, in bumper to bumper traffic, and temperatures reading right at 200, staying steady, just cruising with it and drive. That's the beauty of these Yotes, boys. All right, boys, made it out to HPR. They got a whole freaking, man, they got everything out here. But anyway, like I was saying, the IAT fitting is right down in there. As you can see, yeah, I ain't getting back there. So, we're gonna let our buddy here give it a whirl. I think he can pull it off. I don't know where he ran off to, but yeah, guys, they got all kinds of stuff. Like I said, any build you need, whether it's S550, Terminator, they do the F-150 stuff, Fox bodies, SNs, they pretty much do it all. All kinds of good stuff. There's DeMonte's car. She's bad, as you can see. GT500 there. Yeah. All kinds of stuff. So whenever King gets back, I'll get you over here and let you check out their new dyno. It's pretty freaking sick. All right, Ashton, what do you think? Can you get it?
No trouble. Ain't no problems.
Your hand's about the only ones that are gonna fit back there.
Yeah.
It is freaking tight. Almost need to get like a mirror. It's bottom right, I think, of the blower. See anything?
Trying to.
Freaking heater hoses in the way and everything else. Good Lord. How much fun was that, Ken?
That was a lot of fun.
Way back.
Before the blower went on, this should have been done.
Yeah. We won't say any names, Chris.
He just...
We gave him a hard time already. We're not going to give him another hard time.
No, he was just in the moment.
So for our next trick, we got to get that started. I think that's where Ashton's hands are going to come in.
I think you're probably right.
Yeah.
All right, Ashton, see how good those little hands are.
You got it, man. You got it. And this is like a 2-second job on an S550, right?
Well, we do this pre-build.
True.
So,
sure,
like, the
right.
blower gets built, and we put the sensor in, do all this beforehand.
Yeah.
That's the reason that day we was taking for a test drive, and I looked at the IETs, and I'm like, it's nice and cool outside, but that's too good. And I went back to the shop and looked at it. I was like, oh, you got to change that when it's before you go wide open throttle.
And then I freaking forgot all about it. Like,
Well, if it's on a nice cold day, you'd have been okay.
Yeah.
But it still needs to be done.
I mean, we're into April now. It's warming
No,
up.
I'm over here sweating.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sweating. So.
Well, we've been leaning over this hot blower for like
Yeah.
20 minutes.
Not that bad.
It ain't horrible, but you stay on it for a minute. You're going to warm up. What do you think,
You
Ace?
get it started, boss?
I'm getting there.
I think you got this. All right, so this is our freaking harness.
Yeah, this is an IET harness. Anybody that uses a custom tunes, this is actually from VMP, but anybody that uses, actually this is is this VMP?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Get them VMP, Lethal, they all make them. But they're an IET harness, and basically what this does is normally you get your IETs from right here. If you have a Whipple tune, or if you run a Whipple tune, it has it to where on the S550, it plugs up to the IET2 plugs up to IMRC, and it sees IET1 and IET2. But if Wingard, Lund, or any tuners tune it, they're going to want you to do this. And what this does is it takes the IET from the mass airflow and puts it back there with the IET back there. So your IET1 becomes the blower temp instead of this, because in a supercharged car with a positive displacement blower, the blower temp is the most important temp that you have. So
we're not trying to blow shit up here. I mean,
no, exactly. Well, I mean, the thing about it is your blower temp is going to be 30 to 40 degrees hotter sometimes, right around that than that. Sometimes it can get down to 20. Whipples are really, really good at keeping the IET down at the blower. But you still want to monitor the blower, because if it gets over a certain temperature, it needs to pull timing.
Right.
If it's reading this and it's not over a certain temperature and it's not pulling timing, then you could have detonation and stuff like that, and basically.
Got it. So this goes into the mass air. This plugs.
Yeah, this plugs in. This plugs onto the mass airflow. And if you see, there's fewer plugs. If you look right here on this connector, you got those 4 wires.
Yeah, 4
If you look right here on the new one, you got 2. You got 3. Let me see. You got 5 wires. Well, okay.
It's a control pack.
It's a control pack. Okay,
Yeah.
a little different, but anyway, nevertheless, it's going to basically change the IET. It's going to take the IET wires out of here and put them
back
there. So it's going to be reading those. Basically, simple as enough. It's just reading that sensor for the IET instead of the mass airflow.
Right.
So easy peasy.
Awesome.
See, we're 114. So now this is going to read. This is reading your blower temp.
Okay. Uh-oh.
Did y'all undo anything?
No. That's weird.
You got fuel pressure?
We have, yes. There it goes. That was weird. Reading good. I love the Dakota showing IET. That's pretty awesome.
Yep.
All right, so yeah, of course, before we get out of here, I had to show it off. Key, you're making big moves, bro.
Yeah, so we've been in business now for almost 4 years. And
Yeah.
last year we moved in this shop, which is a lot bigger shop. There used to be a 2-post lift right here. We took it out so we could get this dyno jet. So we got a dyno jet dyno now in here.
That is
got
sweet.
a 4-post lift, and we've had a few customer cars on here already rolling.
Actually, I've got a video of your car on it.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me throw that in right here. Check that out.
yeah, that was the 1052 run.
Yeah.
And then we put the Boss 302 on them, did 1079.
Freaking crazy.
Yeah, so that car that's a 6R80 car though, so it's stout.
All the people talking bad about ESS can shut the hell up.
Well,
now.
ESS,
Those things,
and I can't divulge a lot right now, but we're
Yeah.
actually doing some testing for bigger blowers for ESS right now. That was a G3R.
G3.
That wasn't nothing that we're testing.
Right, off the shelf.
ESS, is working to come out with bigger stuff, better. So that's why I stick with them. Everybody asks me, why don't I go turbo? The car actually had a turbo on it. I took it off.
That's right, it did.
Well, I took it off because everybody's been asking how the ESS does with 6R80, and so the best way to do it is test it on my own car.
Yeah.
So we took it off and put the ESS on, and it went last year with the G3, not that big horsepower that I did. We was probably around 850, 875, somewhere in that range. We went 596 at 120 in the 8.
Freaking crazy.
And so now we've got the G3R, which is a bigger blower. Now we're over 1,000 horsepower.
Dude, congrats on the...
I appreciate it.
Dude, it's freaking awesome.
And it's open for... I've had people ask me, like...
come on down.
It's
Here it
open
is.
for anybody. I had somebody ask me, like, hey, I want a tune-up car. Can I come down there? Yeah, I'll rent it out. It's, by the hour, or if you want to rent it for a single car for the day, it's open. So
Boom.
as long as I'm not using it, hey, it's
all
yours to make
yours.
money with.
That's right. Speaking of ESS, you got another one going on.
Yeah, we do, like I said, we do a lot of these. These and Whipples are what we do the most.
Yeah.
These and Whipples. And basically, I sit down with the customer and we go over what they want to do, what they want out of the car, and then we determine if, Whipple or ESS would be the best route for them to go.
Definitely. It's a clean setup for sure.
Yeah, we got to clean the engine bay when we're done.
Heck yeah, I got the intercooler in it already.
Yep.
Hell yeah. I freaking love it. All right, boys, headed back now. Checking in on the IATs, and they are running warmer, so it's obviously working. Like Ken said, you want the IATs after the blower, so you're not putting too much timing in and tear shit up, which definitely would not be good. Huge shout out again to the crew at HPR. If you guys need anything, go holler at them. Man, friggin' beautiful day. I love it. All right, guys, so that is pretty much what is up. Again, huge shout out to Ken at HPR. Hit him up, whatever you need. Coyote swaps, Whipple installs, headers, tunes, dyno time, whatever you need. Give him a call. They'll take good care of you. Known him forever. Great dude. So, guys, I hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, big thumbs up. Make sure you smash that subscribe button. Catch you on the next one.